Well, it looks like you guys are interested in a water filter dispenser because on my previous video, which was called the best water filter dispenser, I talk about this one that we have, and I am here to answer your questions in this video since y'all left me some questions on that video. First of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that we like, use, and have, and use to drink water out of. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. So this right here is the Brita Water Pitcher filter dispenser, which is the reason why we like this. It's got this little tap on it, and the tap makes it super easy, I mentioned in the previous video, for our kids to get water. Now we do have a 1.5-year-old, and he's been like, oh my, look, he does this. He gets right about here. He can't quite get the thing, but he knows that something comes out of here because he always sees us, trying to get water and doing this thing. And he like puts the water cup over the spout trying to get water out. I think it's hilarious. So we are getting to a point where he's getting a little curious about this thing. And I think one day the splash is gonna happen on his face. But let's get to y'all's questions today. The first one comes from JL. He said, love the review, but make sure to move the knives. Okay, yeah, so in the previous video, we keep our knives right here, right next to the Brita Pitcher, and I'm not too sure why we need to move the knives. I mean, I guess for kids, but our older kids, we let them use knives already, and the youngest one, the 1-year-old that I was talking about, he can't get to the knives because he can barely get here. He'd only get to here, and by the time he gets actually up to here, and he'd have to be able to take it out this far, he's gonna be like a grown-up. So we haven't had any problems with it in the past, and I don't see us seeing any problems with it in the future. So thank you for the words of caution though. I do appreciate you guys looking out for us that way. Let's see, let's check out the next comment. Comes from Rayan Flish. You didn't answer the important questions. How can I see the indicator of the filter life? I know that you show either a green light or red. So this particular Brita Pitcher doesn't have that light thing on it. On the old Brita Pitcher, the red one that I showed you on the previous video, we actually use that one in the camper now, and it on the top has like a little red light thing, but we never really used that because honestly, I don't think that it worked very well. And I actually like what they do on these Brita dispensers here, is they give you a little chart here, and you can move this little sticky tab right here to when you're supposed to, when you put in the new filter, and then it tells you when you should be replacing it. It looks like every 3 months or so, and it's just a little simple sticky reminder thing that you can use there. Granted, it's probably going to depend on how much water you siphon through there as well to know how long your filter lasts. So mainly the way we do it is by taste. We can start to taste whenever it's not filtering out as good as it used to, and so then we know that we need to change one. So we just never really had a problem with that. My wife has pretty sensitive taste buds as well, so she'll be like, okay, we need to change the water filter, and I'm like, okay, let's do it. So that's my answer for you there. Sorry, I don't have an indicator on this one, and the other one we never really used because we didn't find it to be very accurate. The next one comes from Ian Dave Man. I love Brita. I don't have the dispenser, but I think I may get one. The lazy side of me likes the tap on the front. A lot of small kids would probably start playing with it until the novelty wears off. He didn't really have a question. I just wanted to share that yes, we have had the issue with the kids trying to get their own water and spilling it everywhere. It does happen occasionally where the cup will overflow with water because they're not watching it enough. They just have to learn to clean up after themselves, and it's kind of one of those life lessons type of things. The next question comes from Steve Gunick. We used to love our Brita Pitcher. If you can't spring for reverse osmosis or water distiller, Brita is sure a best bet to help clean up drinking water. And yeah, I have to agree with him there. In fact, if you guys want to check out this pitcher or a reverse osmosis thing or the water distiller as well, I'll link it all up down in the description below. In fact, I'll find some of the other dispensers as well. There's actually one called a Berkey that's pretty nice. I've looked at it in the past. It's just kind of big and bulky. But there are a lot of great ones on the market, and some of them have more filtration processes than others. It seems like Brita's biggest competition is the pure water filters, and I was looking at a comparison between the two of those, and there was a video of a guy who was doing a taste test between regular tap water, Brita filtered water, and the pure water. And he said that the pure one actually tasted a little bit more funny than the Brita one. So I found that interesting because the pure one, they claim, is supposed to get rid of more of the stuff that's in the water and whatnot. So that was my thoughts on that right there. The last one that I have here is from Money Grow. He says, do you know the difference between the long last and the regular? Is it worth the money? Okay, so I didn't even know that the Brita Pitchers made a long last filter. In fact, the ones that we use, let's see if we have any left. We keep them up here in this thing above the fridge. Yeah, sounds like this is the brand that we use right here. If you guys need filters too, I'll link them up down in the description below. We decided to start going with the regular Brita ones. I think in the past we've tried those Target brand ones and all that type of stuff. And I think my wife was just noticing that they weren't filtering as well as they could have. But if you guys are looking to save a little bit of extra money, I'll link up those Target, I think it's Up and Up brand, down in the description below. It's either that or they changed the product and they don't sell it anymore, or it doesn't fit the dispenser anymore. I can't remember why we stopped buying them. We have 2 left in here. They do come wrapped in the little package and everything. And this one comes with 5 filters. It does say new and improved on it. And they work great from what I can tell. So when he was asking about what the difference is between the two, first of all, the long last ones are supposed to last for 3 more months than these right here, so that you do get more time out of them. Is it worth the money? I don't know. Because that's another thing that you want to look at is, are there differences in the filtration? And that's what I want to show to you guys today, because I found some graphics and charts on that. Let me show you that real quick. So here we have what the contaminant is, and then here we have the long last filter first, and then the Brita standard filter second here. And as you can see, there are some differences. Like the standard one doesn't get the lead out. It also doesn't get out the benzene, asbestos, and the particulates class 1. But the long last does not get out some things that the standard one does get out, and that's copper and zinc. Now there is also more to this, but they're all the same right here in this no category. If you want to pause the video and read everything that it doesn't get out, then you can do that, and then there's a few more there on the end. But this was the chart with the main differences here, minus the mercury, cadmium, and chlorine here. Everything, and the herbicides here, everything else is different. So you kind of have to ask yourself, do you want copper or zinc in your drinking water? Or do you want some of these other things in your drinking water? Honestly, the copper and zinc is probably a good thing to have in your water because your body utilizes that. You know, you can take vitamins for those. And the standard water filter does filter those out. So you may want to get the long last one. Again, I don't know what you're trying to avoid whenever it comes to your filter. But for the most part, I mean, if you're comparing all these charts, it does get rid of most of the things that you probably want out of there, and the ones that it doesn't filter out probably doesn't matter that much. You guys can let me know down in the comments below. Again, I'm not like a doctor or anything. I don't quite understand how all these things play into the body, so you guys might want to talk about that down in the comments below, and y'all can kind of come to some conclusions down there. But if you guys want to check out this water dispenser or the filters or anything like that, I'll link it all up down in the description below. Y'all can go read other people's comments and not just take my word for it. Looks like we just got a package. Looks like the next video might be an unboxing video. So if you guys want to see the original video about this, or if I can find some of the other water product reviews, water bottles and all that type of stuff, I'll link up those on the screen right here. You guys can go and click those videos. Actually, I did lifetime warranty on a Contigo water bottle that I just did. Go check out that video if you need a good vessel to put your good water in. Thank you, dads, for watching. That thumbs up is always appreciated. Let's go see what's at the door. What is it? 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 Ooh, a package. Dad out.